In this video, I will share with you a chilling and gripping tale about an unexpected discovery in a hidden library. It's a story that has haunted me ever since the day I stumbled upon those ancient, dusty books. I was always a curious student, often spending long hours in the university library, delving into various subjects. One evening, while exploring the farthest corners of the library's basement, I noticed a peculiar door that seemed out of place. It was hidden behind a large, dusty bookshelf that appeared to have been untouched for years. Intrigued by this hidden entrance, I pushed the bookshelf aside and found a narrow, dimly lit passageway leading to an old, iron door. With a mix of excitement and trepidation, I opened the door and entered a small, secret library. The room was filled with ancient tomes and manuscripts, their covers adorned with strange symbols and runes. I couldn't resist the urge to explore further. As I perused the shelves, I came across a particularly ornate book bound in dark leather, its title written in an unfamiliar language. Driven by curiosity, I carefully opened the book and began to read. The text seemed to pulse with an eerie energy, and as I read aloud the strange incantations, I felt an unsettling chill run down my spine. Suddenly, the room grew colder, and the shadows in the corners seemed to come alive. Before I could comprehend what was happening, the lights flickered and went out, plunging the room into darkness. In that pitch black, I heard whispers, faint at first, then growing louder and more insistent. Panic set in as I realized I had awakened something malevolent. The whispers became screams, and I felt unseen hands clawing at my skin. Desperate to escape, I stumbled towards the door, but it slammed shut before I could reach it. The next few days were a blur of terrifying experiences. Shadows moved on their own, and I saw glimpses of ghostly figures lurking in the corners of my vision. Nightmares plagued my sleep, filled with horrific visions of demonic entities. It became clear that by reading the book, I had unleashed these malevolent spirits into my life. Seeking help, I confided in a professor who specialized in ancient languages and occult studies. He was initially skeptical, but after seeing the book and hearing my account, he agreed to assist me. Together, we deciphered the book's text, discovering that it contained spells to summon and control otherworldly beings. Unfortunately, the ritual to banish them was missing, torn from the book's pages. As the days passed, the entities grew bolder. They started to physically manifest, attacking me and those around me. My professor and I worked tirelessly to find a solution, but the situation seemed hopeless. The university administration, unaware of the true nature of the threat, began to investigate the strange occurrences, putting us under additional pressure. One night, the professor and I decided to return to the hidden library, hoping to find clues that could help us. As we navigated the dark passageways, we encountered the full force of the entity's wrath. They swirled around us, their forms becoming more tangible and terrifying. We fought to reach the book, believing it held the key to our salvation. In a desperate attempt, we performed a counter-ritual we had pieced together from various sources. As we chanted the incantations, the entities became more aggressive, trying to stop us. With our combined strength and determination, we managed to complete the ritual, and a blinding light filled the room. When the light faded, the entities were gone, and the library was silent once more. Exhausted but relieved, we realized that we had narrowly escaped a fate worse than death. We decided to seal the hidden library, ensuring that no one else would stumble upon its dark secrets. Though the immediate danger had passed, the experience left a lasting mark on me. I couldn't shake the feeling that the entities were still watching, waiting for another opportunity to return. I vowed to dedicate my studies to understanding and combating such supernatural threats, determined to prevent anyone else from suffering the same fate. In the following months, my life began to stabilize. Though the memories of the entities and the hidden library haunted my thoughts, I continued my studies with a renewed focus, delving into ancient texts and occult practices. The professor, now a trusted mentor, guided me in my research, sharing his vast knowledge and experience. Despite our efforts to seal the hidden library, strange occurrences persisted. Unexplained phenomena began to spread throughout the university. Students reported seeing shadowy figures, hearing disembodied whispers, and experiencing sudden, inexplicable cold chills. It became clear that the entities were not entirely banished. They had left a lingering presence in the university. One evening, while reviewing some old manuscripts in my dorm room, I noticed a peculiar passage in one of the texts. It mentioned a powerful artifact known as the Seal of Solomon, an ancient talisman reputed to have the ability to bind and control supernatural beings. The text hinted that a complete set of rituals could permanently trap the entities if performed with this artifact. Excited by this new lead, I shared my discovery with the professor. He agreed that the Seal of Solomon might be our best chance at permanently banishing the entities. However, acquiring the artifact was no simple task. It was said to be hidden in a remote monastery, guarded by a secretive order of monks who had sworn to protect it. Determined to retrieve the seal, the professor and I embarked on a journey to the monastery. The trip was arduous, filled with treacherous terrain and harsh weather. Along the way, we encountered several signs that the entities were aware of our quest and were trying to thwart us. Strange accidents and eerie encounters with other travelers made it clear that we were not alone. When we finally reached the monastery, the monks were initially reluctant to help. They had sworn to protect the seal from those who sought to misuse its power. After we explained our situation and the dire consequences if we failed, they agreed to let us see the artifact under strict supervision. The Seal of Solomon was a magnificent, ancient talisman inscribed with intricate symbols and runes. The monks taught us the rituals needed to activate its power, warning us of the dangers and the precision required to perform the rituals correctly. Armed with this knowledge, we returned to the university, ready to confront the entities one last time. Upon our return, we found the situation had worsened. The entities were becoming more aggressive, attacking students and faculty with increasing frequency. With little time to lose, the professor and I prepared to perform the binding ritual. We chose the hidden library as the site, believing it to be the epicenter of the entity's power. As we set up the ritual, the air grew thick with malevolent energy. The entities sensed our intentions and unleashed their full fury. Shadows writhed and screamed, trying to disrupt our preparations. Despite the overwhelming fear, we pressed on, knowing that failure was not an option. The ritual began, and as we chanted the ancient incantations, the Seal of Solomon glowed with an ethereal light. The entities attacked with renewed vigor, but the seal's power held them at bay. Slowly, the binding ritual took effect, drawing the entities towards the talisman and trapping them within its confines. As the final words of the ritual were spoken, a deafening silence fell upon the library. The entities were gone, their presence eradicated by the power of the seal. Exhausted and relieved, the professor and I sealed the hidden library once more, ensuring that the dark knowledge within would never again be unleashed. Though the immediate threat was over, the experience had changed me forever. I continued my studies, now with a deep understanding of the supernatural and a commitment to preventing such horrors from being released into the world. The hidden library and the Seal of Solomon became a closely guarded secret, known only to a select few who were prepared to protect humanity from the unknown.